Hey, I'm Jay from Tech Force, cybersecurity and business community IT support company. Today we are looking at virtual servers. Why do you need virtual servers? Why? That's why we're looking at today. And so often I have seen many businesses. I went into many businesses use a server, yeah, and few desktops or whatever. But often these servers are physical servers. So the businesses have, if they have three servers, three separate boxes, right? Three separate boxes often. And when they ask why do you, when I ask them why do you have three servers, and they usually say, right, first server is for our files, second server is for our email, and third server is for our application, and something along those lines, right? Trust me, you don't need to spend money on three servers. Each server usually costs you, an average is 4 to 6 grand. This is a small server, right? So you are spending somewhere between 12 to 18 grand on these three servers, right? So 12 to 18 grand, and again you pay for maintenance every year, so that's £1,000 a year warranty or something like that. If you already bought it with warranty for 3 years, that's fine. But after 3 years, you pay £1,000 per year on each server. So that's about £3,000 pounds a year, right? Waste of money. Just waste of money. Having physical servers in the business is waste of money. What you need to do, if you have this setup, you are 10 to 15 years behind in technology, and you are losing money in your business unless you have a valid reason to have that sort of setup. And in 90% of the time, nobody has a reason to have that setup, apart from if your IT company is not educating you or proactively not advising you, or your IT guys don't know what they're doing. It's simple. So what do you need to do? There is something called virtualization. So that means you can have these three servers on just one device. So for example, you take a new server. It's a bit beefy one, so I thought a bigger diagram to show you. And then this is, as I said, this is a fourth server, and you just move everything over, right? Everything over onto it. How do you do that? How do you move? So that's where virtualization comes into picture. So you install a virtualization layer, something called a VMware or Hyper-V or something like that, and then on top of that you would have these three here, these three. So this one server holds all these three servers. So straight away you are saving money, and you might say, oh no, I'm not saving money, I bought another server, right? Well, you don't really have to buy another server. Depending on how old these servers are, you can pick one and you can make this as a master. It's called hypervisor in jargonish term, and just have all three on top of that. So you may feel like you're watching an Inception movie, but it's not really rocket science. If I know IT guys get it. If you're a business owner, if you're a CFO in the business, ask your IT guys, is our environment virtualized? If they say no, yeah, well, like I said, you're losing money. Simple as that. And some IT guys might say, some IT companies might say, oh no, you only have one server, you don't need virtualization. Trust me, even if you have one server, just virtualize it. Why? Why do you need to virtualize even if you have one server, right? So why? I'll show you why, right? So you have one physical server here, just one physical server, and something goes wrong, the server is down, or your building goes into fire, and or next day you come into work and then there's no building, everything is gone. What happens? What happens? Usually the guys say, oh no, we have offsite backup, we have a backup, but how long does it take for you to rebuild the server again from the backup? It takes a freaking long time, right? But if you have the physical server, that's what it takes. It takes a long time. So, but if you have virtual server, even if you have one server, just virtualize it. Virtualization, when I said, right, it's stripping off the software from the hardware. That's it. So there is a layer in between so that you can move the software anywhere. You get it? So that's what virtualization is. So once the server is virtualized, what happens is you back up. When you virtualize, and then when you, right, this is, let's say this is a virtualized layer, and this is where your server is, right? And when you back it up, you back up the whole thing, not just the data in it. You just back up the whole thing, and you just send it offsite. And when things go wrong, what you need to do is just bring it in and stick one of the devices. Just stick the backup into one of the devices, install the software, which is 10 minutes job, and then you're back in the business again, depending on what software you use. But most software are capable of bringing you back in the business very soon. That's why even you have one server, you need to virtualize. The benefits of virtualization is, as you have seen, consolidation. You don't need to have 3 servers. Just one is fine. Just one beefy one. And you don't need to maintain money, cost savings. Let's say, right, you have one beefy server and you have your virtualization layer and one server here, one server here, and one server here, right? And your boss comes in, or the company, your client comes in and says, right, guys, we are growing. We need another server. We need to install some other applications, a Autodesk server or something like that, or HR software. I don't know, Sage, if you're still using it. So, and you, rather than saying to him, yeah, we can buy another server that's cost you $5,000, rather than saying that, you say, right, we have room here. We can install another one on top of this. Maybe you need to bump up a little bit RAM or something like that, but in the end you would be spending something around £500, or maybe not, 0. And your boss, trust me, your boss will love you because you're not spending his money anymore. That's why virtualization is useful, very useful. And also, like I said, the backup and disaster recovery is awesome with virtualization. And if you have this server here with the 4, it's called virtual instances, 4 servers on top of it, you can replicate this whole thing to somewhere else, right? It's a data center or something. This is a replica, and you can replicate the whole thing exactly. Did you hear me? So when things go wrong, you can just switch this on, and then you're back in the business like in few minutes. Within few minutes. Right. I am not bullshitting. It's true. If you're an IT guy, you know this. If you're not, you know this now. Right? So that's another benefit, and there are a ton of other benefits. If your server environment is not virtualized, like I said, you are 10 to 15 years behind than the people whose stuff is virtualized. You're losing money. You don't have to. Let me give you something. In an environment where the servers are physical, just you have 4 different servers for 4 different things. Their costs over 5 years' time will go like this. right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's their cost. That's how it happens in a physical environment. If you have a virtualized environment, your cost goes like that, you know, or maybe realistically, maybe like that. Anyway, the point is here. The point is here. The difference is here. Let's say this is what? 10K, this is 30K. So you have, in 5 years time, you're spending 20K more. So, virtualize your servers. If you don't know how, if you don't have an IT company who is proactively advising you on all that, so give us a call, we will help you because we know our shit. Thank you.